All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. How's my sound? All right, we're good. All right. In the interest of time, I want to get us started. I think pretty much everyone is here. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for braving the heat and coming out this afternoon to celebrate with us. For those who do not know me, I'm Tony Ruffin. I'm the manager of external affairs and government relations for Pepco. I'm also chair-elect of the Prince George's County Chamber. I've got to get used to saying that. Thank you. I wasn't looking for applause, but thank you. This afternoon, we are here in collaboration with the Prince George's County Revenue Authority. Really appreciate that everyone came out. A couple of brief comments before we call Pepco Region President Valencia McClure to the podium. The first thing I'd like to say is, again, thank you to the Revenue Authority. And I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Fabian Lewis, who's, in the back there with his team. We worked very, very diligently to plan today. I also want to give a shout out to the Office of Essential Services, who graciously worked to get our tent up today. I know that was a super important thing we wanted to have here. The last thing I'll say is that before I announce our special guests, and I want to give them all special recognition by name, at Pepco, we always start meetings with a safety message. And I think that there's no better safety message today than the fact that it is super hot. And we appreciate that everyone came out. Hydration is super important in weather like this. Not only do we have a tent and we have fans, but I want to point out that behind you, we have what we call a hydration station. And so we want everybody to stay hydrated. We have water, we have Gatorade, we have ice. And if anyone feels like they need to cool off, we will not be offended. Please feel free to move to the back and get yourself hydrated. So that's very important here. Before I call Valencia up, I want to really recognize all of our special guests who came out today, starting with Nicole Parker. And if you would stand, she's the chair of the board of the Prince George's Revenue Authority. Miss Andrea Crooms, who's the director of the Prince George's County Department of the Environment. Also, Miss Erica Bannerman, who is the deputy associate director of that department. And of course, Mr. Suleiman Amalouf, who, I work very, very closely on many initiatives for Pepco. Also, we have with us Mr. Mayank Kapoor, who's the Director of Business Development for the Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. Thank you for coming. We also have Mr. Antoine Thompson, who's the CEO and Executive Director of the Washington Clean Cities Coalition. And last but certainly not least, my friend, Mr. Trey Proctor, who is the Vice President of GS Proctor and Associates. Again, thank you for coming. I want to make sure that we, again, stay hydrated. I want to make sure that everyone understands that we're here to really celebrate a very momentous occasion in the county. I'm going to call Valencia to the podium. She's going to make some remarks and some acknowledgments herself, and then we'll move along through the program. So, Valencia.
All right. Thank you so much, Tony. Good afternoon to everyone. Thanks for, I love that energy. Thanks so much for being here. I know that it is warm, so we're going to try to move it along fast. Before I start with my remarks, I do want to recognize Council Member Calvin Hawkins, Prince George's County, and our state delegate, Jamila Woods. Thank you. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you for your partnership throughout the year as well, and to all of our other partners that are here. So this is very exciting to be here today as we continue on our trek to hit that 250 EV charging stations. So we have so many of our partners in that clean energy space, which is very important to Pepco, as I know it is to Prince George's County. And I believe I heard that we're at 1 140 of EV chargers within the county. In the fall, we will actually hit 250 EV charging stations. Absolutely. So that's very exciting for Pepco. Obviously, we kind of live and breathe what we're doing in the clean energy space. We have a goal set for ourselves that by 2050, we will be net carbon neutral as well. So this is just that one step as we move forward. And it's partners like you that are here today that helps us to ensure that we meet our goals. In addition to what we're doing, obviously, with our clean energy space, we're always day to day with the work we're doing with equity, and that's equity with our customers, it's equity in our communities, and it's equity with our diverse suppliers. We always love to say the work that we're doing with our diverse suppliers. Last year within the Pepco region, nearly $400 million was spent with our diverse suppliers for 2023, highest in the 125-year history for Pepco. Absolutely. Yes. That's 44% of our overall spend is with diverse suppliers, and we're on track to do the same again this year. The work that we're doing within our communities around workforce development, we're proud of our partnership with Prince George's County Community College with our Pepco team leaders. Workforce development is important to us as we make sure that we are continuing to train that new generation of workers to either work with Pepco or obviously with one of our suppliers as well. So very proud of the work in that space. And then with STEM, STEM is so important to our company. We're proud to say that we've partnered with the Cal Ripken Foundation to completely develop out and equip elementary schools with a STEM center. And one of the schools are right here in District 8, Tayak Elementary School will be one of those schools that in the fall will be completely equipped for a STEM center. So more to come on that as well. We also are launching our Pepco, our PHI STEM Academy. This is an opportunity for high school girls for 1 week to be housed at the University of Maryland College Park and to learn everything that there is to know within our energy industry for a full week, fully paid STEM education, have the opportunity to meet the leaders within our company, to be able to visit some of our locations and to learn not only our industry, but then to also have courses when it comes to confidence, self-confidence building skills as well throughout that week. So that's happening latter part of July into August. We have a number of young girls from Prince George's County, proud to say, that will be part of that program as well. So again, yes, thank you. So that's so important. It's a program that we used to do across all of our Exelon footprint. This will be the first year that it's specific to our Pepco region. So we'll have 60 young ladies that will be partnering with us. So to our partners, absolutely. So to our partners that are here today, thank you for being here. We look forward to the continued partnership as we trek on to that 250 EV charging stations. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Valencia. Before I call Angie Rogers to the podium, I forgot to acknowledge Maryland State Delegate Jamila Woods, who is joining us today. I wanted to make sure we also acknowledge her presence. And also, for those who didn't see in the back next to the water station, we do have a Pepco table. I want to acknowledge my colleague, Ronnie McTier, who is manning our table there. There's lots of information that Pepco wants to get out to the community. So we encourage you all to visit the station before you go. I also see that we've been greeted by the clerk of the county, Mahasan El Amin. Great. Thank you for coming. And now moving on in our program, I want to call Miss Angie Rogers to the podium.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I know it's It's really great to be here with all of you this afternoon. I am, of course, bringing you greetings on behalf of our county executive, Angela Also Brooks, who can't be here with us today. But I'm Angie Rogers. I am the Deputy CEO for Economic Development in the Office of the County Executive. And it was so great to hear your remarks, just everything that Pepco is doing in this community, across Prince George's, across the region. I'm sure that they probably cut some of that stuff out. You probably couldn't say it all. So it's really great to hear that kind of movement and activity happening in our communities and such innovative work. This is certainly an exciting day for Prince George's County as we celebrate the installation of these two new public electric vehicle charging stations and make more progress toward becoming a more climate resilient county. I want to thank Pepco again for being a valued partner with us, the county, in our efforts. We know how important preserving and protecting our environment is. So much so that it has been one of the Also Brooks administration's priorities from day one. Reducing our greenhouse gas emissions was included in our proud priorities, and our climate action plan pledges to significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 50% below 2005 levels by 2030, with a countywide goal of achieving carbon neutrality by 2050. And Director Crooms is going to give me a look if I get any of these details wrong. It's an ambitious plan, but it's one we can achieve. Our climate action plan envisions reaching our goals through investments in zero emissions buses, bike share programs, beautification programs, LED bulb conversions, tree planting, and other initiatives that improve our environment. An important part of our strategy also includes working to increase public access to electric vehicle charging stations. The county put together an infrastructure action plan in 2021, and we engaged a group of consultants to help us develop a plan to prioritize charging station deployment under various programs and incentives. We've worked with our utility partners, federal programs such as Clean Cities, and Maryland's Zero Emission Vehicle Infrastructure Planning Initiative to install this network of over 140 public purpose chargers on government properties throughout the county. They can be found at locations such as park and recreation facilities, libraries, government office buildings, and park and rides. We have a partnership with the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments to continue to expand the availability of these charging stations and meet the county's goals of having charging support for at least 100,000 registered zero emission vehicles in the county by 2030. We're celebrating with Pepco today because Pepco has been one of the reliable utility partners we've collaborated with in this effort. They've offered county residents rebates through their vehicle charging pilot program. They partnered with DOE and our Office of Central Services and our Maryland Public Service Commission on that pilot program. Now we're adding these two stations this afternoon. So we've already achieved a lot, but there's a lot left to do. So we're not finished yet. We are doing everything we can to be a more sustainable community. And we see what partners like Pepco can do to help us reach our goal. I think you mentioned, called out Mayank from Economic Development Corporation. I want to give them a shout out too, because they have also been helping us find the right opportunities, tailoring proposals and incentives for companies to come to Prince George's, use our tax credits and low interest loans if they are going to bring their sustainability practices with them. So they work with these companies in different industry sectors who want to work through initiatives like the Green Energy Loan Program and the Commercial Property Assessed Clean Energy Program. Their efforts have helped us not only support efforts like this, but to attract green businesses like Blink and Ion Storage. Blink is a global leader in vehicle charging devices, and they recently relocated their headquarters to Prince George's County. Ion Storage has developed a safer, faster charging, sustainable, cost-effective battery solution. So we won't stop focusing on growing green with pride. We will not only be a county that we're proud to call home, but we also want to be a leader and a model for clean energy and sustainability. So let's give it up for Prince George's County and our partners, Pepco, and all of you. Thank you.
All right, thank you for those great remarks. The mic, just want to make sure you lean into the mic when you're talking, because we want to make sure we record everything that you're saying. Now we'll have Miss Denise Robinson to come to the podium.
Can you all hear me? Okay. I was joking to my board chair that I might need a step stool back here. Good afternoon, everyone. Councilmember Hawkins, Delegate Woods, our Revenue Authority Board Chair, Nicole Parker, Pepco leadership, members of the community, leaders and partners. My name is Denise Robinson, and I am the Executive Director of the Revenue Authority. And as Executive Director, our mission includes assisting in the financing and development of economic development projects that benefit our residents. To that end, it is with great pleasure and excitement that I stand before you today as we mark a significant milestone in the journey towards a greener and more sustainable future for Prince George's County. As we celebrate the launch of electric vehicle charging stations at 3 of our park and ride locations, we underscore our commitment to stewardship, economic stewardship, and innovation. With the growing concerns surrounding climate change and the need to reduce our carbon footprint, it is imperative that we embrace clean energy solutions. By providing electric charging infrastructure, we are not only encouraging the adoption of electric vehicles, but also supporting the transition to a cleaner transportation system. By expanding access to charging infrastructure, we are making electric vehicles a more viable and attractive option for our residents and commuters, thereby reducing greenhouse emissions and improving air quality in our county. It's also important to highlight the significance of launching this program in historically underserved but very deserving communities in South County. Equitable development should not go unnoticed, and this vital launch is an important reminder that investment in sustainable transportation throughout our county helps position us as a regional leader in clean energy innovation and supports the advancement of attracting businesses and talent that share our commitment to sustainability. I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Pepco, Fabian Lewis, and other members of our Revenue Authority team, and all the stakeholders involved in making this initiative a reality. Public-private partnerships are critically important, and they are an effective way to drive results for our residents. Today's launch is a testament to when we collectively come together, we create and drive, no pun intended, better outcomes and sustainable solutions. As we inaugurate these electric charging stations, let us reaffirm our collective commitment to building a more sustainable and resilient future for generations to come. Thanks again to Pepco.
All right. The next speaker doesn't need an introduction, but I wanted him to know we did not announce his name before, but we will announce his name now, which is Prince George's County Council member Calvin Hawkins.
Thank you for this opportunity to represent the county council today and all the collaboration that brought about this very significant project. We have our clerk of the court here, Mahasan Alameen. Mahasan, could you come up for one quick second? In this diverse, rich county of ours, because you're going to call the delegate, correct? Late after me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this rich, diverse county of ours, I could share everything the council would like to say about this very important project. But Madam Clerk, you've been traveling around the county. You say what you need to say.
Well, first of all, thank you, Calvin, for unexpectedly bringing me up here. And thank you to Pepco for bringing this fantastic charging station. You know, I do travel all up and down Prince George's County, and my gas bill is pretty high, but I really appreciate us trying to minimize our carbon footprint. It is so important because with this weather, as we know, we need to save every morsel of energy that we possibly can. And so I am just really excited. I wish I would have an EV vehicle so I can partake, but it's coming. It's coming. I promise it's coming. But I'm so glad to be here, and thank you very much. And congratulations to Prince George's County.
And thank you, Pepco, for telling us about the number of the amount of investment you've done in our minority community. And Angie, would you please take back to the county exec that the team you all are working with, from Director Crooms and all the directors of the various departments, are doing an outstanding job. That's why Delegate Woods and I can say we have the top team in the entire state because of individuals like you. So thank you.
Well, clearly I have my orders. So, Delegate Woods, would you please come to the podium?
Let me take this opportunity to say how extremely excited and proud I am of the work that you all have done, Pepco, the Revenue Authority. This is magnificent. As the legislator for this 26th district, I am extremely excited because you don't know how significant it is to me to see the number of things that are taking place, which has been a deficit in South County. And so the fact that you have an EV station here, that you have one at Harmony Hall, that you have one somewhere else, where is it? Oxon Hill. I am so excited and so thankful to all of you, and I am committed by any way, shape, or mean, anything that I can do to be of assistance to the work that you are doing here in the county. We are excited about it. Thank you. I celebrate you. I know Calvin was running things, and I apologize. He just came and took over here. But this is just a magnificent group of people, and I'm so excited. The weather was not going to stop me from coming out to say thank you and let you know how much we appreciate you here. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Delegate Woods. Appreciate that. Before we move to the actual photo opportunity, I wanted to underscore that how much work it takes to put these kinds of events together. I did recognize the partners in putting this together, but I also wanted to recognize the the Director of Communications, Allison Wilson, and her team, because they did work to promote this event, and we do have media here. So I really want to thank you for the partnership. We're going to take a little break, and we're going to move the podium, and then we're going to call everybody up for a big group photo, and then we're going to actually do the ribbon cutting. All right? All right, let's cut now. Yeah, let's cut now. Do we have
Do a countdown.
All right, we'll count it off. 3, 2, 1.